Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please stand, remove your hats as we honor America during the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Topeka, Kansas, here on the campus of Washburn University. I'm Camryn Burney, Bruce Beathy alongside of me here for this KVA All Star Game. And Bruce, we're going to see all kinds of athletes from around the state getting to play volleyball here today.
We really are. We're going to see everything. We've got 6 D1 signees on the court tonight, but one of the big missions of KVA is volleyball across the state. We have not only great on the court, great on the classroom, great in their communities, and it's not just the big schools that come to this. 1A through 6A players here. Big schools, small schools, east, west, north, south. We're going to have a great matchup here, Camryn.
Yeah, we will, and it's not necessarily, you say east and west, not necessarily east versus west. It's red versus blue, and I mean, you're going to see some teams or some girls today that have played on the same team all year long during the school year that maybe are on different sides today.
Well, let's just start off. A couple of Circle Thunderbirds on the opposite side of the net. Mia Fox, Jacqueline Corcoran, who have been part of Shelly Nybarger's squads that have been very competitive here the last several years. One's on blue, one's on red.
Yeah, and one of the rare ones that they played on the same team all year long, and they're on the same team today. 2 girls from Little River, Alaina Eck and Audrey Olander, both on blue today.
And Alaina is one of 2 players in this game who aren't going on in volleyball, going on in basketball.
Yeah, that it's her and then Dominique Schutte from Ottawa, that they're both going to play basketball. Other than that, almost everybody else here is going to play volleyball at the next level.
And a couple that didn't, academic scholarships. Yep. I mean, what more do you want to represent the good that volleyball can do for high school athletes?
Yep. Well, we're going to start it off that bird to serve first. And again, red versus blue, and we were talking about before, Bruce, that you are going to see some defense played here today.
Yeah, you got to remember that significant chunk of players on both sides are selected for defense. That's what they show off.
That one's going to be tipped over that time. That was Brewer tipped back. The bump set from Olathe, the libero for the red team today, dug out of there. Bird the set comes into set from the back row there. And the near side tip over. We're still going back and forth. We got a rally to start it.
A lot of off speed here early, and finally it is Talyn Stahlbarmer who finally gets the cover play and to fall for the red team.
So set to serve now for the red team is going to be Brewer out of Lawrence, the 5'10 outside hitter. Will take it at Miller, the libero for the blue team. Near side swing. And I think it got in the pole that time there on the swing by Sampson out of Sedgwick.
It did. Call from the line judge here to the back right. Got that there. And Brewer looking impressive, especially in warm-ups. Going to New Mexico, they're really happy to get her down there for the Lobos.
Near side, it worked once. Try it again. There's the block by the big middle, and Fox out of circle that you talked about just a minute ago. And now she's getting, they went outside with the tip over there. I thought maybe she was going to get a swing at it. Instead, they went to Burke. The free ball over, Olathe the bump set.
One of the reasons you're seeing such an off pace, and it was right there. That was Mia Fox, the middle, out of circle, gets where she needs to be quickly. Now they set her in the middle, and she records her first kill.
3-0 your score here. Red on top of the blue. Tom Slaughter out of 3A Heritage Christian, their head coach, and perfection on accident.
You got to love to tickle the twine sometime, and it counts just the same.
So a run here to start by the red team. Brewer to serve again, 4-0 red. Grazes the top of the net again. Another beautiful serve. That's Olander in the middle, blocked back down. This time they'll go to the far side, blocked, but that time it gets down on red side. I believe that was Bittner out of Cheney on the swing.
Yeah, the block the first time that it's been just a little bit late, and a good job by Bittner from the right side.
So Bittner now to serve. That's the first point for Blue. She grazes the top of the net. Into the middle, Fox with the swing. Excuse me, that was Tindall. No, that was Fox. And then that's going to be a lift called. I thought it was. And they even have it. And we've got officials in the All-Star game. It's an All-Star game, but they're out there.
And this is a very good set of officials. I've seen them throughout the year, last couple of years in the area. This is a good crew.
Stallbomber the set, going outside, big swing, but dug perfectly by the libero Miller back-to-back times. Corcoran going deep corner and it's going to work out anyway.
Yeah, Corcoran, good job going to the back row on the attack and just shanked away from, I believe that was Burke who tried to go it. She's going D1 at Loyola Chicago.
Several girls going D1 in this game that just because they're going D1, some of the girls, that's going to be blocked, but it gets down on Blue's side. That some of the girls that are going D1 aren't necessarily playing in this game, but that you can opt out of it, that you get selected, you can opt in, opt out. Some of them choose to opt out, and you got to think that has a little bit to do with the coaches at the next level, maybe saying, I don't want you to play in an all-star game before you come be an outside hitter at Wake Forest, per se. That one, a big swing on the cross and not able to get there. I believe that was Burke from Mill Valley again on that far side.
Yeah, Burke consistently has been getting some good swings in, finally gets one down.
So now the libero to serve for the red team in Olathe. Dug out of the back row, going close side swing, got deflected, but gets down for Corcoran.
Jackie is really good at tooling the block. It's something she's been able to do. She's an outside hitter, great ups, but a little bit shorter than your average outside hitter, but her technique is outstanding, has been throughout her career. She showed it off there.
Aubrey Olander from 1A Little River set to serve. Dug out of the back row, Olathe, the bump set. Looking cross, just missed it out. As I believe, was that Langley on the or on the swing?
That was Langley who went on the swing. It just a little bit out of sequence there. Still tried to play a ball that maybe she should have just free-balled.
Into the ball game now. That Mitchell out of Wichita Northwest, the 6'2 middle blocker that will also swing right side, number 4 in red. The bump set and just tipped over that time by Bittner. The set by Olathe out of the back row. Got deflected, but got down there, did Langley.
And Langley just taking advantage. That block just a little bit late and not together, goes right through the middle of it.
And now into the ball game, Hope Duncan out of Smoky Valley, the 5'8 outside hitter. Tipped and then a miss on the swing there. Tindall out of Manhattan, I think, was going to try to tip it over and just mistimed it.
Yeah, and this is going to happen in an all-star game. You have hitters and setters who haven't worked with each other except for basically a practice yesterday. Tindall, promising career going forward, staying home in Manhattan to play for the Wildcats.
That one in the middle, tipped on top of the net. She was up there fighting for it, going far side. Burke kept alive out of the back row there. The bump set by Bittner and just free-balled over.
Burke is being a lot of good swings, and don't be surprised the next time she gets it, she goes down the line instead of going cross court.
Tipped over. Red going to have another chance at one. The bump set, backside, down the line. Wow, can you see the future, Burke?
Very rarely. Usually when a commentator says it goes the opposite way.
There's no such thing as an announcer's jinx. I stand by that.
Yeah, but I'm no Tony Romo, so let's not build that up more than it needs to be. But it was good to see going the same way, realizes they were overplaying it. Nice job down the line.
I think you're going to see a lot of that in this game. That, like you talked about, not just really good volleyball players, but really smart girls on the floor. That the best of the best out here today.
That entire sequence, what a dive trying to save a ball by Hope Duncan. She doesn't say that. There's no play there to be had. The Smoky Valley product really just giving all out here in an all-star game.
9-6 red on top of blue. Blue set to serve here. Romero out of Maize, the 5-5 setter. We'll float one over. I thought it was going to get back over. Stallbomber on the bump set and the swing there by Burke. Near side, big swing, but dug out of the back row again and then tried to tip it over there, did Mitchell, to no avail.
I think that was a good decision by Mitchell where the ball was. That was her best decision, just couldn't get it over. Watch this serving sequence by Romero. She is an excellent, excellent server. She's usually not going to give you an easy ball to pass.
93% on the year leads to a tip over blue. Cross the net, or under the net was the call from the far side, I believe, there.
Well, and that's unfortunate for the blue team because you got Romero at serve, and anytime you can get the other team just to be a little off balance, she knows where to serve, keeps it away from the best passers. Blue needs to get another side out here quickly.
Tindall got it.
Now that's something that is just pure athleticism, knowing quickly. A quick set is hard to master really quickly, especially in this sequence. She uses her raw athleticism. Setter had the confidence to go for it.
10-8 red on top of blue, and again, they play 5 sets regardless of who wins. One team could win 5-0. Now, do we expect that to happen? Absolutely not. But they will play all 5 sets to give everybody a chance to get into the ball game and get some playing time here at Washburn.
Well, Brewer changes the face of the game very quickly. Again, now you got red back up by 3. Just some raw power hitting off of the left side.
Mitchell on the serve out of Wichita Northwest. Quickly back to Tindall, the swing, and kept alive. And they are going to get a swing at it, and it worked that time for Stallbomber.
Stallbomber, who not only is a champion in volleyball, champion in basketball this year with her sister in 5A.
Not a bad year to be from Seaman.
Not a bad year at all.
That one just missed long there by Mitchell. Headed to George Mason on a volleyball scholarship. Going to major in nursing.
And again, just goes to show you, one of the things in Kansas is if you are a good player in Kansas, especially as you more get to the Kansas City metro area, they're going to find you.
That one is set over the top of the net, and I believe tipping it down, we're going to give it to Koster.
Yeah, overpass right there, puts it right back down. Nothing the red team could do about it. And it just goes to show you how important passing is. One bad pass, pointing a side out back to the blue team.
Miller to serve. Set into the middle from the back row, but missed it that time. It did Burke.
Caitlin Burke winning a 6A title for Mill Valley. Really impressive here early, going to stay in and play the back row.
Saying that was one other thing you were talking about off air ahead of it, that we may see more back row swings than we normally do.
Yeah, that's, a major flex, especially for some of these headers. Great save there again, too.
He saved it once, couldn't save it twice. Brewer with 2 back-to-back big swings, and the second one works out. That's going to make it a 2-point ball game again, 13-11 red.
Red got that early run to start the game and just has not relented. Blue just can't quite get enough of a run to match it.
Stallbomber the serve. Set going far side. The swing kept alive. It going back over. It worked once. Why not try it again with Brewer? This time to no avail. Bittner down the line.
And Bittner, what a great job. Talon Stallbomber was there, but again, if you can get them a little bit off sequence, get them lulled into a bit. We've seen a couple players, Bittner for the blue, and on the red side, we've already seen that Burke's not afraid to go down the line.
Bittner on the 3A All-State Tournament team is set to serve that bird out of Maize. Quickly into the middle, looking for the back corner, but missed it.
And blue finally ties it up off of a hitting error.
So that's the first time it's been tied since it was 0-0, wasn't it?
Yes, it is. It was a 4-0 run to start here for red.
That one into the top of the net, though, and you'll have that even in an all-star game.
You do. And Jordyn Bird, that was the right place to go. Red had been basically, as small as the volleyball court is and 6 players, there's still more territory to cover than there is. That was a good decision. I think the right call to go for it, but the right call to leave that open too.
She's a 97% server on the year. Doesn't happen often. Olander, but kept alive there by Brewer. Tipped over, and now Blue with a chance to swing if they want it. They'll go to the back row for Corcoran. Far side. Burke. Yes, sir.
Well, Burke just continues to impress here. Hitting off of that left side, they get her back in the front row after being through the back row of the rotation. And now Red just quickly is back in the lead.
That one going to be an ace. First one, I believe, of the day.
That is. Second, actually, we had that one that tickled the net.
Oh, that's true. The accidental ace.
Second ace by Brewer, though. She was the one who served that one earlier, and all of a sudden, Red's back up by 3.
The set from Bird. Bittner pushing it to the back corner.
Clever girl. I mean, great job, Bittner. An all-around athlete down at Cheney. Multiple placements in events at the state track meet here just a week ago.
Yep, was 6th in the 3A at 300 hurdles and 4th place in javelin.
And I believe qualified in the 4x4, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Yeah, that if she, I couldn't find if she was on that or not, but yes, they did. Cheney did have a 4x4
A friend of a friend happened to say that they had that. Every once in a while, you remember something that comes by on social media, and then it's, oh, yeah, I need to use that in a broadcast.
Orth to serve. Bittner the dig. Close side. Got it.
Good job by Corcoran. She just got the better of it a little bit, going down the net instead of straight cross court. And great job tooling the block by Corcoran. Blue, you have a sense here you're down 17-15. You need a run here. That's not the way to start it.
So that's not going to help it. Olander misses it long.
One of the things that I've talked about, again, going back to what volleyball was like in my generation, back when there was still side-out scoring and everything like that, it was still just get the ball in at that time. You can't do that anymore. You have to be aggressive in every situation, so you're sometimes going to send it long.
That one will get down there for Tindall out of Manhattan. So set to serve here. This Romero out of McPherson, the setter, back in there again.
This is where they need to make the run.
That one deflected up. They will keep it alive and now look to use it. Coming back to Tindall, and she got it. Or excuse me, that's Corcoran.
That's Corcoran. That's a couple AVCTL rivals in McPherson and Circle. Of course, McPherson makes it to state, goes all the way state runner-up. Circle was a state qualifier. Andale in the same league finished third in state in 4A.
It was a shaky start, but our graphics team, Grant Newhold's your producer, we finally got it all put together. We apologize for the technical difficulties to this point. Going down the line, and again it works out. That's Burke over there. She's making a living in this All-Star game.
I have Burke down. Now, oddly enough, I only have that down as her third kill, but she's played all around, played in the back row, and time after time, every swing she gets puts stress on the blue defense.
And now to serve again. That one popped up, and it's going to count as an ace. So Burke to serve again, and we got our first time out of the All-Star game.
Loyola Chicago is going to love getting Burke into the gym. She has the tools to play all the way around. Obviously, college level probably more than likely not going to, but she's shown she has all of the swings in her arsenal, can play good defense, she can stay in and serve. It gives you a lot of choices to work with strategically.
Yeah, that. You having fun so far, Bruce?
I'm always having fun. Anytime I get to do a volleyball game, I have fun. This is a great sport. Tremendous athleticism and explosiveness on the play. The chess match is always interesting because, again, there's only so much space you can cover. How do the coaches move things? And then just the fact of your reflexes have to be so quick in this sport. There's not really any sport. Once the ball is in play, there is no time to relax. Basketball has its good points as well, but sometimes you're just trying to burn a little bit of clock. In football, you take an even longer break between the plays. And if you're on the backside of the play, hey, do your job, and then you can watch it. Can't do that in volleyball.
There you saw Tom Slaughter, the head coach for the red team out of Heritage Christian. 4 straight state titles for him, out of 3A Heritage Christian. So the first time out, it's a 3-point lead for the red squad here. Blue looking to attack, though, down the line, but missed it there. It did Corcoran.
Corcoran wanted the touch call, didn't get it. And, again, good decision to go down the line, but not able to tool the block. And now red 4 points away from putting set 1 in the books.
Say Burke still swinging here. That one is going to be coming close side, tipped over, free ball back over, and now Blues in scramble mode. But again, Corcoran outside the pole.
Yeah, outside the sticks there wasn't much that Corcoran could do with that one. They're having a little trouble communication between the passers and the setter, Romero. Romero, that's, I believe, the third ball. She's had to come almost 2/3 of the length of the court to try to get to on some balls that I think were really able to be handled well by the passer. They weren't necessarily to where the passers was under a lot of stress, so I think that's what brings this timeout by Blue to try to, hey, get it settled down, but, man, they need a run here and in a hurry.
Yeah. That down to 22-17 again. It says best of 5. We played a 5. That the first 4 will be 225, and then I believe the 5th one goes to 15. Is that correct?
That is what they're going to do, and there is something I want to point out here because you can see it on your screen. They're letting the players stand alongside the bench. We'll talk about it when we have a break in the action.
That one's going to miss out. And now Blue gets the point there. And again, between sets 1 and 2, the Victory Club Awards will be given out. If you won game 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth, they give those awards out between these 2 sets. That one misses just out there. Brewer on that far side.
You're going to take that if you're the Blue.
Oh, they're going to say it was touched.
Oh, they get a touch call, and Brewer keeps it in. Man, as the Blue team, you felt like you had escaped danger there because you had a late coming in from the middle. You had down the line protecting. You thought, great, a ball out. You get the touch in, and all of a sudden the red team 2 points away from winning set 1.
23-19. Close side, Bittner. That'll work. Bittner again out of Cheney, the 5'8" outside hitter. 521 digs this last year, 598 digs.
598 digs for someone who can also play the front row.
Yeah, over 500 kills and almost 600 digs. There's a reason they're in the All Star game. That one on the slide, but missed it. I believe that was Fox.
That was Fox trying to take the slide there from the middle. Fox, no question the athleticism able to do it. Now that's the other flex you like to try to see in an All-Star game. Again, you don't see a lot of back row attacks on the day out regular season because in general, hey, you know where your strengths and weaknesses are. You know the strengths and weaknesses of the defense. You attack from the front row, not from the back row. The slide is the other thing, and this, I mean, even Fox who missed it just comes away. It was just had fun trying.
I was going to say, those are the ones that you love to see them go try. 23-20 your score here. Red on top of Blue in this action-packed first set. That Red jumped out in front as Tatiana Dowling, you see there, 7 years as a head coach, won game 200 in her last game, which, by the way, was the state title. You win the state title, win game number 200. Not a bad way to end the season. Red looking to make it set point. Not so fast, though, but we're going to try it again. Brewer.
Almost raised the roof on the Blue team. Brewer gets another shot, makes that one count.
And now we got set point as Langley will check back in here for the red team. And now maybe a little bit of confusion on who's going to serve. Stahlbaumer will go to serve. The setter and outside hitter that was second team UKC and also a 5A basketball honorable mention on the All-State squad. That one way out there, and that's going to do it. Set 1 goes to Red.
Ultimately, just a few too many passing errors by Blue is what they're going to look back on set 1. That was the 4th time, I believe, that Romero had to either come a long way or it didn't seem like things were set. really great athleticism, but just not enough set here in set number 1, and red takes away with the victory.
Yep. And again, we will pass it over to the PA once again. Between sets 1 and 2, the Victory Club Awards getting set to take place, so we will pass it back over to the PA for that.
For a long time. We are going to read the names and schools in each division. You may turn to the page to look at the statistical data on each coach. The coaches receiving their awards tonight are, in the 100 Club, Lindsay Zeke Franco of Bishop Miege High School, Alexis Head of Maize High School, Jade Cook of Abilene High School, Crystal Ratcliffe of Flint Hills High School, and Jordyn Stewart of Greeley County High School. Those reaching the 200 milestone, Lachelle Barr of Hoxie High School, Kaylee Bergkamp Lagasse of Andale High School, Rio Brown of Concordia High School, Tatiana Dowling of Seaman High School, Amy Hoffsummer Griffin of Olathe West High School, Jillian Scott of Ulysses High School, and Sam Soliday of Maranatha Christian Academy. Our 300 level coaches are Erica Book of Spring Hill High School, Jessica Horstick of Blue Valley West High School, David Schuler of Jefferson County North High School, Jody Stover of Neodesha High School. Our 400 club, Amy Johnson of Ellsworth, and Kim Rolfs of Little River. Reaching 500 wins this past season, Brian Martin of Olathe East High School, Kathy Oplotnick of Pittsburgh St. Mary's Colgan High School, and Sarah Walkup of Cheney High School. And our 600 club members this year are Julie McCulloch of Minneapolis High School and Robin Van Lays of Logan Palco High School. Congratulations to these coaches on their accomplishments. Excuse me, we have a 700 club as well. Matt Allen of Blue Valley North, Gina Clark from Garden Plain High School, Nancy Dorsey of St. James Academy, Jessica Cook from Nemaha Central High School, and Terry Larson of Bishop Carroll High School. The complete listing of all coaches who have been honored at the various levels, as well as the list of the top 30 coaching records in the history of Kansas high school volleyball, can be found at the KVA website.
So again, welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. That was the awards for if you won 100, 200, 300, 400, so on and so forth. That if you crossed over that milestone this year, you get to be recognized for that. So again, the first set, 25-20, red wins it. Bruce, was there anything that stood out to you on that first one?
Well, just once again, they're doing a really good job of getting the balls to the outside. Pretty much everything has been from the outside hitters, sticking with the left side. We haven't seen a lot of times going back to the right. You've ended up, by my scoring, which, let's take this with a grain of salt.
Officially unofficial.
Unofficially unofficial. Sinead Brewer, the New Mexico signee, I had her with 4 kills for the red squad. Caitlin Burke with 3. On the blue side, Alex Bittner with 4 kills. Jacqueline Corcoran of Circle with 5.
Wow. So they started Alaina Eck in the ballgame. I believe that's the first time I've called her name tonight. Number 8 in blue out there right alongside of her high school teammate in Aubrey Olander. 5'5" and an outside hitter. So that's one of the, well, there you see 2 of the 1A hitters. That's what you get in 1A, that sometimes you've got them that are 5'5" and sometimes you've got them that are 6'2".
Very, very true.
That Alaina Eck can hide behind Aubrey Olander. As well as there you see Tatum Tindall from Manhattan, the 6'1" middle blocker that will also swing right side. As I'm not sure what happened at the start there. We get out of rotation in the first point of the set. Here we go.
No, they're still giving the side out to blue, and Camryn Hutchinson here, who is one of 3 players on the floor. They won our job. They're going into sports media. She's one of the 3. Another one on the red team in Dominique Schutte.
Well, it's fun. This business is fun. It can make you pull your hair out, but it's a lot of fun when it goes right.
Just wait till they're seasoned vets like us, and the job becomes more about dealing with technical difficulties.
Yeah, and again, we apologize for that at the start of this, that if it's not one thing, it's another. But again, we tried to make it about more than just the game and then everything that happened. But again, when you bring the fighter jet that we brought, sometimes it doesn't always work great, and that's going to get down there for Mitchell.
That was good to see for Mitchell. She finally got a ball where it looked like she was comfortable and in timing, and she puts it right down.
Yeah, that's I was going to try to make that sound better, but I really like how you said that. That's the first time she's felt comfortable.
Yep.
Brown the serve. Was that pancaked? It's not going to matter, though.
It was pancaked, but yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't matter. Good as an ace.
So Brown here again set to serve for Beloit, and one of the kind of funny things is that she played for Beloit. They played in the 3A state tournament. They played against who was coaching her in this game, Tom Slaughter. That was the only match that they lost at the state tournament, was the one that Brown was on, and now she's playing.
And I got to just watch the end of that game before I did, as I was setting up for my radio broadcast. That was a tremendous game at the Hutch Sports Arena.
Yeah, that everybody that was in that facility they didn't care about the game going on the other side.
No.
They were everybody in the building, unless you were a parent, and even some of them were still watching the other one. Eck to serve from Little River. There's a nice one dug out of the net to no avail, and Eck's got an ace.
And Eck's going to be joining a national championship basketball team next year at Barton County. Barton won the National JUCO Division I on the women's side.
Yeah, one of 2 players here today that you mentioned earlier that are going to be going to college to play basketball, not volleyball. So you got the 2-time KVA Player of the Year. Well, she must be a pretty good basketball player too, because she's going to be going there as well. And I mean, she's one of the all-around very good athletes in Eck. It went to state in a couple of different events. That's 3 in a row, Bruce.
Yeah, this is the kind of run they needed back in the first set. Now they have Red off balance, and Coach wisely taking a timeout. The other basketball player scholarship is on the red side in the front row, and Dominique Schutte. Dominique, coached by her mom in volleyball. Her sister, Alaina, was her setter. Her dad was their basketball coach. Now, there's a lot of small school basketball around the western edge of Wichita that are very happy to not see her on the basketball court again. I got to call her a couple times as a radio guy on the other side, and that was the storyline. She was the storyline you had to talk about in pregame, because it's like, who are you going to have guard her? How are you going to do it? You couldn't go to zone against them routinely. Just an outstanding player from an outstanding basketball school in Halstead.
Yep. Was also 10th in 3A at high jump this year at the state track meet about a week ago. That one, the quick back set, and once again, Mitchell, maybe once she gets going, here we go.
Yeah, much more comfortable on these 2 swings. If nothing else, feeling quite a bit more comfortable with what's being set for her right now.
Yep. Orth to serve. Going far side, Olander got one.
Yeah, good job on that one. Keep this, just kind of angle that ball away, know where your block is coming.
Olander, first team all-wheat state, as well as an all-state 1A Division I tournament team player. The bump set that is going to be swung on, and it got down.
Yeah, moment of indecision there by Olander. 50-50 whether she needed to play it or not. Elected to play it, but was not in a position to be able to.
Blue with the 7-5 lead to start here. Eck dug it, but an ace on the red side that time. As first time, I believe I'm going to say Emery Keebaw's name out of Ottawa, the first team all-league Frontier player.
She hit the 1,000 kill mark before the season even started. Hit it as a junior.
Wow. Was also a 1A Division I basketball All-State honorable mention player. Or excuse me, no, that was wrong side, Camryn. That was 12 on the blue squad, not the red squad.
Even the technology I bring along isn't working. My computer tried to reset.
Everything's breaking today. But hey, there's some pretty good volleyball going on. This is fun so far.
It is, and that's the great thing about the sport of volleyball. We're going to see them do the flexes a little bit like you expect in the art. You're going to see more slides, more back row attacks. But the great thing about volleyball is again, some of these players are here because of their pride in defense. They're going to go after everything.
Yeah, we've already seen some players lay out after one that sometimes during the season you don't even see. Some girls want to put the body on the line. Here, the ones that are here for defense are putting the body on the line in an all-star game. That one tipped over, that time by Corcoran. Alaina Eck with the cover. They're going to go to the back row. The libero's going to get a swing, but blocked down by Mia Fox out of circle, the big middle blocker.
Fox raising the roof one-on-one. She's the only one there. And you see why a lot of people in the AVCTL are happy to kind of see her go. She has been a force in the middle for Shelly Nyberger's squad for years.
The player of the year in Division III of the AVCTL. Hope Duncan here, first team out of the CKL, the outside hitter. That's going to Fort Hays State.
I'm just a tough, accurate serve, putting pressure on the defense, and you're going to see a defensive adjustment here on the serve by the blue squad.
That one, again, another one. And we're tied at 10.
Believe that is the combined between both teams, the 8th ace that we've had so far here in set number 2.
Holy cow, 8 of 20 points.
8 to 20 points.
Wow. Eck coming close side. Bittner pushes it down the line. Stallbomber the back set on the slide down the line. Well, she kind of went to the middle there, but Mia Fox a big swing.
Mia Fox continues to impress both her and her teammate on the opposite side of the net, Jackie Corcoran, who was the only one who could have got a block there. I believe both of them headed to be Aggies at New Mexico State.
So timeout by the blue squad here. A 1-point lead for the red team. Again, it's the KVA All Star Game presented by Century 21 Grigsby Realty. I'm Camryn Burney, Bruce Beathy alongside of me, KCMC Sports here in Topeka on this, I would say, beautiful Saturday afternoon. I don't know, it's a comfortable 70 degrees in here, 75 degrees.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
This time of year, we'll definitely take this. One of the things I like about this, I had kind of started on it earlier, and I'm of the opinion, and this is me pontificating a little bit, that I think high school volleyball can handle it. Let the players stand, do the cheering. It's part of the camaraderie. It works out great in softball. So I'll be the one to say, hey, I kind of wish the high school level, we'd let the kids do this because it's fun and it really helps build relationships when done right. Oh, clever girl.
The float serve by Hope Duncan out of the timeout.
That's not what they talked about in the timeout. That's not what Blue talked about.
Duncan, again, this time will send one deep. The set by Bird on the backside slide, but dug well out of the back row. Into the middle, Fox the swing, kept alive. Here comes Red again, got to go a long ways to get there and does, but underneath the net was Miley Brown out of Beloit.
Red has been so good on the sets. I believe that's the first in this match that I've seen that I've been like, that one was just way wayward. They've been getting great setting. They only have Stallbomber and Langley available. First miss that I've seen Stallbomber make from that position.
Stallbomber, the quick to Fox, and it was blocked back there. I don't know if it was Koster or Bittner got it, but one of them did.
Yeah, great job. Again, Koster doing a great job in the middle. Maize South product, taking them to a third-place finish in 5A this year.
Pika on the serve out of Lebo. First time I believe I've said her name today. Tipped over on the set. Now here comes Red on, I was going to say the attack. And now out of the back row. The libero thought maybe she was going to get her one and tipped back down. That time Bittner got it.
And that was Bittner who got to that ball. A bit of an overpass, and Bittner has impressed in several facets of the match so far, has played good defense, shown that she can go different ways. That time right there has been combining on some of the blocks.
Again, Peak to serve that one into the net. Peak, the outside hitter out of Lebo, first team All-Lyon County, was also 7th in 1A Javelin, 12th in pole vault, and was a 1A D2 basketball All-State first teamer.
Almost half of our points have been decided off the serve here in set 2.
That's crazy in an All-Star game. That one blocked but out of bounds. And this All-Star game so far, the second set's really been the first one. The red team jumped out, threw a hard right hand to start it. And this one's just been little jabs back and forth. Bittner blocked and it went off of her. It landed in anyway.
Nina Mitchell, another D1 signee, going to George Mason. And again, we've mentioned how she seems so much more comfortable here in set number 2.
One floated over the bump set. X got a weight on it, tried to go to the open spot to roll it and didn't get it.
You know, and that's the type of play that is hard to do in an all-star game when you're not as familiar with each other on the floor. Those are ones, your own team, regular season, you probably are able to make that play.
Fox to serve, floats one over. Set into the middle, quickly tapped but kept alive there. Koster tapped it. Now this time from the back row, Koster got a hand on it. The bump set, Alaina Eck got deflected, still alive.
Great cleanups on this sequence.
From the back row, and it got down there for Hope Duncan.
Nice flex there by the Smoky Valley Viking. Going to stay in-state at Fort Hayes, correct?
I believe
My
so.
screen has gone away, so.
As it.
All the prep work, and then technology fails us. She's a counter. I believe that's the that's the 5th point she's already accounted for in this game between serving and attacks.
Wow.
In this set, excuse me. Well, it looked like Blue had really settled things down in set number 2, and this last run here, 2 runs by Red are what makes the difference. They had a 5-point run earlier, I believe, when they had Hope Duncan back at the serve. And then this sequence right now, they've now ripped off 4 straight.
Fox set to serve here. A 4-point lead, as you said, for Red. Coming close side, Bittner. Kept alive there by Keebaugh from the back row, kind of on a slide even there for Burke out of Mill Valley. Into the middle, Eck will tip it over, was looking for the open spot, didn't get it, quickly into the middle.
Set,
Mitchell again.
Quick set to the middle, and Mitchell right now so comfortable out there. And really, you're playing right now with 2 middles right now on the red team, Mia Fox and Nina Mitchell, who are naturally middles.
One kept alive, swinging cross, and it's going to work out for Koster there.
Yeah, ball a little bit awkward. Great athleticism, getting a good swing on it, makes it count.
So Miller set to serve here for Holton. First team Big 7 out of Holton, the libero. One pass, far side, swing and a block. I don't know if it was Olander got it or if Bittner did. Both of them were there.
And the big thing is no matter who you give the credit to, it's on both Bittner and Olander. They had almost everything covered there right on time.
One looking for the back row, tries to roll it over, covered well by Peak, tipped over, and it's going to get down for the red team.
Good decision there by Mitchell. Knowing that her own team was probably needing to scramble, Blue looked a little out, throw it back over, let your team get settled, end up with the point that time.
She's played much better in the second set, kind of settled down. And it's a 4-point lead for the red squad. Eck the dig. The set, Bittner looking to roll it over. It got deflected. They will keep it alive. Stahlbaumer on the back set, blocked, but kept alive. Olander swinging. Far side, blocked. Still alive and finally down.
And Olander again will not necessarily get credited with a block on that, but that was all based off of her being there once again. Her and Bittner are, again, for two kids, different schools, haven't probably played together a lot, really doing a good job on the block for Blue as they try to climb back in this thing.
Say they're made it a 3-point ball game, and they're going to have a chance at a free ball here. Where do they go with it? Eck, close side. Not yet. Red looking to attack. Cross dug well, but into the bleachers. Miley Brown.
Brown just, again, a smaller school kid, maybe a little undersized out there as an outside hitter, but great ups and goes over a very, very tall defense.
The 5'9" outside hitter. Olander will push it deep. Kept alive by Olathe. Quickly into the middle, there's Mitchell, but it was blocked by Olander. They'll come near side. Now they're going outside. Eck looking to go cross and off of the arms. A long ways to run. Brown got to it. It kept alive by the red team.
Go backside this time.
There it is. Just miscommunication. And maybe not the best set in the world. They had Tindall.
Yeah, that was the time to go back. That was the right decision by Camryn Hutchinson. Just a little bit of problem in the execution.
Miley Brown out of Beloit, headed to Fort Hays State on a volleyball scholarship. That one, big swing going cross there was Tindall that time. And Eck, the 5'5" outside hitter, got a couple of hands on that one. Wow, Red doing a great job here, scrambling, keeping this alive, and they still get a swing at it. Side and down. They all count the same. Bittner out of Cheney that time. And Blue's going to have to put some together, as here you see on the back set, off the hand of Mitchell and down. Rylan Tedder, your replay technician today, the one and only. The bump set. And now Blue in scramble mode. The roll from the back row. Tight on the net. Got a hand on it, but underneath the net.
Yeah, violation on that one. And stopping it for Red, which is unfortunate. Blue had a great attack. You get it dug out, and then you don't have a great one. You finally get back. You have an opportunity, and it goes for naught.
Alaina Eck on the serve. They're quickly to Mitchell. She's woke up, Bruce.
She really has, and she is really liking the setting from Stall Bomber and has throughout this entire set.
Headed to George Mason, the first team at Greater Wichita athletic player.
Maybe wants to take Stall Bomber with her.
That one will work out for the Red squad, and they've got a 5-point lead now, 23-18. They're looking to go up 2-0 in this thing.
Have that down as the 10th ace, I believe, here of set number 2. And you get some really good serves. I mean, you get some girls in this who take so much pride in it, not only in getting it to the right spot, but in making sure that's a tough ball to play. We get used to at this level saying, hey, you know, that you got enough good defense, shouldn't be an issue. But we even see at the D1 level where there are teams, we go back to the national championship game, and we'll actually see how some Kansas players played in that here a little bit later, assuming the graphics still hold. We'll see what we can do there. But, you know, Texas and Nebraska play a national championship match, and Nebraska, who won every game on the year, gets up against some serves from Texas and just couldn't handle it. And all of a sudden, you get swept, and there goes a chance at a national championship.
Yeah, there's only 8 girls here today that have a serve percentage of less than 91. Olathe set to serve the libero from Olathe West, the first team all at Sunflower. Tindall tried to push it down the line, and
they're going to call a touch on Blue at the end. Going to say, I think as he touched it that block came down, and don't know if we're going to be able to see here, but that was so quick, but the line judge calls the touch.
So we got set point here, but into the net. So Blue here fighting for their lives in set number 2. And again, we play 5 sets no matter what happens. The Red looking to make a statement, going up 2-0. Bump set, far side, Duncan into the net. Back-to-back for Blue.
Couple of hitting errors. Can you build on this if you're the Blues squad is really the question. This is tough to do, this many set points. You have to be perfect on the serve. Almost got the gift there, but it's wide.
I thought it was going to maybe get down. So the exact same score, I believe, back-to-back sets, 25-20 red.
Two very different sets. In set number one, it was all about the outside hitters. Set number two came down to servings and the play in the middle on the red squad. You just can't say enough about Nina Mitchell and Mia Fox on the red squad. Two D1 signees controlling that. Defensively for the blue squad, especially with Aubrey Olander.
Yep.
Just a great job. I believe she ended up with 3 blocks, but so many more plays that she affected.
Yep. So we'll throw it back to the PA here. Programs of the year between sets number 2 and 3 getting ready to take place. Bruce and I will step out, and we'll hand it off to the PA system.
Contributions to the improvement of volleyball and personal coaching improvement. In order to increase the number of outstanding programs that receive this award, a school program is ineligible for a period of 4 years after being named Program of the Year. Players and coaches, when your school is called, please come to the front of the score table to receive your award. The current year's 23-24 recipients of Program of the Year, representing Class 1A, South Gray High School, head coach Rick Moyer. Congrats, South Gray High School. Representing Class 2A, Hoxie High School, head coach Lachelle Barr. Congrats, Hoxie High School. Representing Class 3A is Heritage Christian Academy head coach and head coach of the red team, Tom Slaughter. Representing Class 4A, Andell High School head coach Kaylee Burkamp-Lagasse. Representing Class 5A, Seaman High School, head coach Tatiana Dowling. Congrats, Seaman High School. Representing Class 6A is Mill Valley High School, head coach Kylie Corneliusen. Congrats, Mill Valley. Congrats to these coaches and their programs for a job well done. The complete list of all schools which have received the Program of the Year award can be found on the KVA website.
So again, that is your 6 classes that Program of the Year. It's not necessarily Coach of the Year. There's some more factors that go into it, but you know, winning a state title doesn't hurt anything either.
Winning a state title, in most of the cases, a measure of sustained success is what really makes the difference there. And it really looks good. It's not only when you win state title, do you make it back to the state tournament on a fairly routine basis? Are you competing for conference championships? And one thing is, how well does your team compete? Because coaches notice this. How well do you get your team to compete in a state tournament? Okay, you do pool play. You're 0-2, you're probably done. How well do you get your team ready? That matters to the coaches who vote in this. They will notice it, they'll stick in their head. How well do you play in the third place game? That matters. Other coaches who vote on this, they notice that type of thing.
So we're set for the third set here, and maybe the question for the blue squad is how do you get your team, hey, it's an all-star game, but we're down 2-0. Let's go get one here in this third set.
It is, and some of it is not necessarily, and I don't think it is. I don't think it's a motivational thing. I think right now you've got to get your passing better. That is it. Get your passing better. You need to make things a little easier on your setters at the moment. They have plenty of attack weapons. They haven't been able to get it there.
I say when Blue's been able to attack, they've been better on the attack. Red's just been more consistent, it feels like.
Yep.
Looking cross. Bittner, close side, will roll it over. Found the donut hole.
Clever girl. Bittner, who didn't play a lot in set number 2. And again, in set number 2, when they did plays, it wasn't the outsides that affected. It was the middles right there, off speed. Great play by Bittner.
And she will serve here. And it's kept alive by the red squad. It'll be free balled over by Keba. Blue with a chance to use it. Going to Tindall in the middle.
What a dig there. Go back to Tindall again.
They come close side. Corcoran, not a bad option either. Red finally got a swing at it. There did Burke, just a little bit off balance, and Blue able to get that point there.
Talya Sampson, first time we've seen her out of Sedgwick. Great job by her on the block.
Bittner headed to Pittsburgh State on a volleyball scholarship. Free balled over. Blue with a chance to use it here. Bittner keeps it alive. And there's that all-star game miscommunication that normally during the year you don't see that.
You don't see a lot of that. And it's just bit the blue squad a few more times than it has the red squad in this game.
Olathe, the libero, out of Olathe West. 432 digs on the year from her libero spot. Tindall missed it.
Went one-on-one up against Mitchell. Good decision there. Go down, go away from the block. Don't force anything, just a little wide.
Olathe to serve again here for the red squad. Free balled over. Mitchell will keep it alive. The set going backwards. Schutte. Now the bump set from the libero Miller, and it's going to work out for Blue again here.
And Sampson gets a good swing off, and there should have been another block there, person to help block. There was no help, and good job by Sampson. And Blue trying to hang in on this one, but still we're seeing in set number 3 not good enough passing for the Blue squad.
Tindall to serve here from Manhattan. From the back row, an attack kept alive by Bittner. The bump set. Corcoran, close side. Dug by Olathe. Into the middle. Mitchell had to wait on it a little bit, just tips it over. That one going to miss long there from Sampson of the Blue squad. And you see her turn and kind of put her hands up like she was like, don't give me that one.
Timing was just a little bit off on that one, but again, Blue just trying to hang in there on this. A few better passes to work with on that sequence.
4-3, the red squad back on top here. They lead it 2-0, won the first 2 sets, 25-20, both sets.
Here we've got a rower at K-State right now serving in Langley.
Yep. Langley from Jefferson County North, the outside hitter. Also will set from time to time. That one had to go way back to get it. Locked and loaded was Burke there. That was impressive.
Yeah, Burke just knows where to put the ball.
And then miscommunication in the back row there. But yeah, she stepped up, realized the ball was behind her, contorted her body, and was still able to get the arm to it and put a heck of a swing on it. As you see here, waits on it, has to step back, and still able to go
and
cross.
And still gets something in. I mean, a combination of, I don't know what to call that shot. It's not a roll shot. It's just she knows how to get the ball and keep it in play.
That's called athleticism.
Yeah.
Mitchell blocked.
Olander again in the middle. Got a nice help there with Koster as well.
Yeah, Coach rolls from Little River. You gotta love having 6'2" in the middle of the 1A. And then that one into the net that time from Romero out of McPherson, the 5'5" setter.
And Romero, a really good server, maybe just trying to do a little too much on that one. And Blue just cannot, just a couple of little times where they couldn't get out of their own way.
Tied at 5 apiece here. Third set. Olander blocked, covered well by Bittner. They'll come to the close side, blocked back down. Koster on the swing, and Red once again right there for the big block.
Mitchell, after a rough start, has been nothing but consistent in the middle for the Red squad.
Miley Brown from Beloit set to serve here again. 28 aces on the year for her. Into the middle, big swing. Mitchell keeps it alive though. Free balled back. Olander, no, they went close side there with Koster, but missed it. I thought they were going into the middle that time with Olander.
I thought they were going to go to Olander. They went to Koster. Good swing on the ball, just a little bit wide.
Brown the serve. Corcoran the dig coming back to her. Tried to go down the line, and it's blocked out of bounds.
Yeah, good job tooling the block there. Corcoran knows when to do that. Sometimes she has an innate ability to know, hey, I know where to hit the ball when I'm going into a double. I'm going to be able to ricochet it and have something go out of bounds. And then you got the point, you got the side out, you live to fight another day. It's why the circle squad's been so tough to beat over the last couple of years.
She's headed to New Mexico State. Keyball will bump it over. Far side swing got deflected by Keyball. And now they're going to go back to her. Got it. Keyball, the outside hitter from Ottawa First Team All Frontier League.
Not much you can do defensively with a swing like that. Look at this. Coming back here on the replay.
Mitchell set to serve it here from Wichita Northwest. The back set, Koster. Was it deflected? It was.
It was, and that time Koster got what she kind of finally has been wanting. That time, the first time right in step, right in sequence. The other times felt like everything was about a half step off. Great job by Blue as they try to climb back in this thing down 2-0.
Set, Keyball's got to run way out there to get to it, and not able to do anything with that one.
Yeah, bad passing bug bites Red that time, and the Blue squad, part of the celebration, just kind of feeling like, well, hey, it can happen to the other side on an All-Star game too.
Yeah, that Red has played for the vast majority of this very well, for very in sync for never having really played together before. Is now set to serve, going to be Stall Bomber, headed to Johnson County to play volleyball. 584 assists and 204 kills on the year for her, so can do both. Stall Bomber, the set outside, Keyball down the line. Did it get in? It did.
Great job going down the line for Keyball. Just continues once again to get the ball, knows how to make the run, can take almost any ball that she has served and make a good play on it.
Stall Bomber to serve. The bump set, back, Red will keep it alive here, going into the middle, and then a wide open spot in the back corner. Mia Fox found it.
Going quick again to the middle, and Mia Fox has a really good ability to take those balls. If there is a quick set and you are not there, it's a kill. You might as well forget about it.
Stall Bomber to serve again. And into the net that time.
Stall Bomber, the third player in this game who would like our job going into sports media. I believe found a deal. Her one possible dream job, do social media content for an NFL team.
That'd be a fun job. I can think of a lot of things that would be worse than that. That one coming close side. Oh, wow. Keyball.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was on purpose or accident, but it worked out. That I thought maybe she was trying to hammer it and just barely tapped it.
Yeah, her body, that was completely kind of swinging without the momentum of the body there. It was another good play. I have her already at 4 kills here in set 3. And there she digs one out.
One had to reach way back to get it. Did Fox from the back row. Corcoran. Red with the tip, and it's open again in the back corner there. Burke out of Mill Valley headed to Loyola. Chicago's got another one.
Yeah, and just blue was not anywhere near where they needed to be defensively. They had scrambled a little bit. Good job by red going fairly quickly on the attack.
13-9, the red team's leads here. They lead it 2-0 so far. And again, Tom Slaughter, Kim Rolfs, and Leanne Weiler, the three coaches for the red squad. Slaughter, the head coach. And then on the other side for the blue squad, Tatiana Dowling out of Seaman, Kylie Corneliusen out of Mill Valley, and Sam Soliday out of Marantha Christian.
Yeah, you go to like Lewisburg this year. Leanna Willer does a great job with the Lewisburg Wildcat squad. Year in and year out, been able to see them several times. They find a way to consistently win games. They've been to the state tournament in 4A. You know, in 4A, you run into a couple things. You run into the machine that is Bishop Miege. You got Circle in 4A. Andales won a state title, a runner-up, and a third place in the last few years. And then Lewisburg is kind of coming up against that, and they've gone toe-to-toe every time, just not been able to quite get over the hump. But a great program over there at Lewisburg.
Yeah, you get into that 3-4A level, and there's some serious competition there. Again, between sets 3 and 4, they will recognize this year's state champions at the conclusion of this set. That one blocked. Bittner kept it alive again, but no luck there as Jordyn Bird out of Maize ended up in the scores table.
Yeah, this is a 6-1 run for the red squad at this point. Yes, it's been several kills, but there's been a couple hitting errors by blue that they could have got out of this.
Close side. There's another one of them that Sampson out of Sedgwick, that it feels like every set so far, red has had that 5-0, 6-0, 7-0 run that blue just hasn't been able to recover. As there you see Kiba from Ottawa. Wow.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that describes it pretty well. That was awesome. That serve was great. Kiba, 25 aces on the year and 88% server. She got another.
Feels like we should have better vocabulary for that. And, you know, we're professionals and we should, but, man, there just isn't. There doesn't need to be.
I would say three.
As good as these serves are.
She laid off on that one. Into the middle, Tindall got it.
And that's maybe the first time that they've gotten the ball to Tindall in a spot here in the last, say, set and a half where she could really show off her athleticism. Huge side out. Now they need to do something with it here if they're the blue squad.
Bittner, that'll work.
Yeah.
They're going to have to string a few together here that you don't necessarily have to get totally back in this, but if you get 2 or 3 or 4 here.
No, but you need to do things like that serve. You need to put some pressure on this red squad.
Bittner, another good serve. Tapped quickly, poked deep and out of bounds. No touch. Blue got another.
Again, not a bad decision there by Dominique Schutte on a ball that was a little tough to get to, but it goes long on her, and red gets another point. Blue gets another point.
One floated over, far side tipped over. Blue going to have a chance to attack. They'll go back row. Bittner.
Good swing, great dig.
Blocked. And now red with a chance to attack if they wanted. Had to wait on it, and now blue will come again. Tindall quickly got it.
You saw about 8 great things on that point. Some great blocks, some great defense, some great swings. But finishing it is Tindall. And again, it was going quick in the middle has worked very well in this match for both teams.
Far side, tipped over. Here comes blue again. They've got the last, I believe, 3 looking to get another one. And they're going to do it.
You've been going right. You go middle, finally you go back to the left side, and you just happen to have Jacqueline Corcoran there out of circle, who has done this so many times in her career.
Yeah, and again, Orth from Olathe West, they're laying out to try to get a hand on it. Does so, but that's, what is that, 4 in a row now for the blue squad?
That's 5 in a row now for them. That's 5 in a row. A couple of kills in that sequence by Tindall. And great serving right at the moment by Bittner. She's been able to put some pressure, for maybe, for lack of a better term, create some unforced errors from red. These are, again, volleyball's a sport sometimes of imperfection. you're not going to get every pass 100% right. You're not going to get every set 100% right. And hitters can't expect everything to be perfect. But if you get it to where the other team has to be about 5% off enough times, pretty soon it adds up to a mistake. Blue is finally reaping the rewards of that.
Now Bittner to serve. 17-14 is your score here. That one floated over. Red looking to attack, and they go quickly to the middle, but defended well. Horn goes off in the middle of it. We don't care. Blues point.
There's a couple other things that Blue is doing better here. First of all, they're knowing where Mia Fox is on red, and they also, right now you have left side hitter for the Red in Burke. The block is going that way. Red needs to bring it back to the right side on the next attack.
They go back set, kept alive out of the back row. Here comes Blue again. Corcoran deflected. Another one for Blue.
That's three. That'll go down as 3 straight kills for Corcoran.
And it's
I got her as 4 in the set.
And it's back to a 1-point ball game. Outside, blocked, kept alive, free balled over. Now can Blue tie it? Tindall, middle, quickly, yes, sir!
No doubt on that one by Tindall. And again, right now, Blue is almost overplaying the middle and the left side. Red is going to have to either go a backside attack, go a slide, or get an attack off the right side in this sequence.
That one to Burke. Here comes Blue again, looking for the lead back.
I like that decision. Doesn't quite get the pancake in, but you've been going middle, you've been going Corcoran. Let's let Sampson have some fun.
Bittner again on the serve. Blue now by 1 on a massive run here in the middle of the third set. Bittner got to it. Where do we go? Near side. Corcoran blocked but kept alive and sent it over. Into the middle, dug by Bittner. Tindall quickly. No lift, and it's going to count.
Again, just outplayed on that other part. Tindall, again, you got that quick little swing. They've talked about, hey, is that kind of an illegal, for lack of a better term, but she gets it done so quickly, they give her the call. Here's the other, there they go right side attack, but not enough on it.
Blue, middle, Tindall quickly again. Kept alive, far side, Burke. Got a touch ball.
Oh, touch ball on Blue. That whole sequence with Bittner serving, that went for 9 straight points. I kept saying Red needs to get it to the right side. Here's the problem. Bittner, at least on the serve, wasn't allowing that. The setter was having to come near side, had to set it back the other way.
The bump set here. Corcoran, long ways to run, will be kept alive by Keba. Burke will roll it over. Bittner pancaked it. But it was blocked, but it's out of bounds. And Bittner, 9 straight serves and then a pancake.
And then Corcoran tools the block of shooting. Watch this. Again, she knows where she can go, and she gets that more often than not.
Blue by 2.
You know, a lot of fans of opposing teams, the circle, say, well, they get lucky on a lot of those. No, Corcoran knows what she's doing.
Corcoran again. Went between it that time. Tindall got to it. Bittner can't get to it. 1-point ball game now.
And there you saw in volleyball, 6 players. You can only cover so much of the court. Not necessarily anything anybody did wrong. The ball just went. The only place it really could have on that play to get a point for the Red squad.
Langley to serve here. Olander, middle, swing, got it!
Now they got Mitchell back in there. Mitchell probably should have had a little bit of help on that block, I think. But you got Mitchell back in, you got Brewer back in, and they just need to kind of communicate on that, get a little better on that next time.
I said she was the only one that really even jumped on it. And now it's Blue by 2 again, 21-19. Blue looking for their first set lead after they were down early.
If Blue makes the run here with Red having a couple D1 signees in the front row, it'd be impressive. And there's a D1 signee. There's Brewer showing exactly her skill ability. I mean, she came out and there was a definite pop. her swings and then Tindall swings on the blue squad. You saw the difference in warm-ups with those two.
Yeah, she said, what are you talking about D1? Well, watch this. Make a run with the D1 girls out there.
It's always good to prove announcers wrong.
Mitchell missed it.
And here's the thing, that's the first one Mitchell's missed in almost 2 sets of play. She has been absolutely outstanding. Blue needs to really close this one out. You've gotten a couple of things to go your way.
So that's a big point here, maybe more so for the blue squad than the red squad. Keba missed it, no touch. Blue now just 2 points away, and Corcoran set to serve again.
Yeah, Keyball maybe a little too keyed up on that one. That was pretty lame.
That one kept alive. Blue on the back set. Koster, yes sir.
A good decision there. Set Koster on the back side and block just way too late, and Koster puts it down, and now set point for Blue for the first time.
So there you find the big hole in the back corner. Corcoran for a set point. Mitchell has to tip it over. Blue looking for their first set lead of the day. Bittner, not yet. Far side, Keba, not done yet.
Yeah, great swing on the play by Keba. She has settled down, and Red, you're not out of this yet. This is a position you can be in and feel like, hey, you can get enough of a run going. Red's done it 3 times already.
Yeah,
where they've had a 5-point run.
Keba settling into her future home gym here at Washburn. First game of many coming for Keba out of Ottawa.
4th kill of the set for Keba to go along with a couple aces.
Mitchell. Close side. Bittner blocked but kept alive. Here comes Blue. Olander couldn't get to it, but they're going to say it was touched by Red. Back set. Looking cross. Got down there for Brewer. Headed to New Mexico. Not letting Red out of this yet. And Red's got to be perfect for the next 2 points here. Mitchell headed to George Mason on a volleyball scholarship. And Blues got their first set win of the day.
Oddly enough, I had that down as the only service error for Red there in set number 3. And tough way for that one to come, but hey, Blues got to come back.
Yep, we'll throw it down to the PA recognizing state champions here. We'll be back right after this.
The blue team's coach, Kylie Corneliusen, orchestrated the Lady Jaguars to their very first state title. Another first-time state champion is Seaman High School. Blue team's head coach, Tatiana Dowling, guided the Lady Vikings to their inaugural state victory in Class 5A. Reaching the pinnacle in Class 4A once again is Bishop Maize High School. This was the Stags' 28th state title and back-to-back for head coach Lindsay Zeke Franco. Coach Zeke Franco has another state title at Lansing for a coaching three-peat. Red team's head coach Tom Slaughter has never taken a team to the state tournament without coming home with a top spot. Repeating in Class 3A this year are the Lady Chargers of Heritage Christian Academy. This is an impressive four-peat for the Lady Charger. This makes the 6th state title in the school's short history. Class 2A champion is Hillsboro High School. Coach Sandy Arnold orchestrated the Lady Trojans to their school's 6th state championship with back-to-back titles in 2023. The 1A classifications are split into 2 divisions. In the larger size 1A Division I school, capturing the state title is Little River High School. Head coach Kim Rolfe has turned the tide at Little River and produced back-to-back state champions, back-to-back-to-back state victories. This marks the Redskins' 3rd state title in volleyball. Diligence, hard work, and persistence truly pays off. Lebo High School is the 1A Division II champs. Back-to-back state titles here were won by head coach Gina Peak and the Lady Wolves, as they never took their eyes off the prize and captured the second state championship in school history. Congratulations to these schools and coaches on a very successful season. The complete listing of all schools which have won state championships can be found on the KVA website.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. That was your 7 state champions. 6 classifications. 1A is split Division I and Division II with well over 100 schools in it. Blue, Bruce, they get their first set win of the day. What stood out to you the most there? Was it the passing? Finally?
Yeah, it was. It was better passing, gave them opportunities, and then they take advantage when Alex Bittner was back to serve. They had the defense called. Red could never quite get things figured out because she was consistently serving. Red was going to need to set the right side hitter, and they just couldn't. The ball every time was to where it made it very hard to set that red side, and Blue just basically said, look, we're not going to let, I believe it was Burke and Fox be the, Burke, Fox and Mitchell be the ones to beat us in that set. Paid off.
Say Blue just, because they were down early in that.
They were. At one point down 17-9. Took a 9-point run to get back in that set.
17.
And that was all with Burke at the, not Burke, that was all with Bittner at the serve.
So that'd be a 16-5 run to end it. Wow. Blue going to start with it. Here went to the far side. That was Bittner on the swing in the middle, and there's the first point of the set to Schutte out of Halstead.
Yeah, Schutte, who was so, her mom was her coach. Her sister was her setter. Schutte going on to play basketball at Ottawa. Outstanding athlete.
That one just missed long that time.
Really good job. Lost in all that, and I said the passing was better. The issue on the blue side has not been Cora Miller, the libero for Holton. When she's gotten the ball, she's usually been able to get a good pass. Red servers have done a good job of making sure that they've not been setting it towards Miller.
That one kept alive, but you can't play it out of the front row. That Randy Fulton, one of the guys that was inducted into the Hall of Fame as a coach, used to always say that Grandma ain't got no game, don't hit it to her. He told me that one at a state tournament, and I kind of had the same reaction you did there. Like, coming close side, tipped over. 2-1 Blue. As it couldn't keep that one alive there. I believe that was Alaina Eck in the back row.
Yeah.
Grandma ain't got no game, don't hit it to her.
Grandma.
Not anymore. She might have used to.
Yeah, exactly. Grandma maybe used to. Credit where credit's is due. Some of these grandmas played out of time, side out scoring, and the sport wasn't getting the respect that it deserved at that time. It was a sideline to men's basketball a lot of times. And you go back, look at some of that old, the game might have not seemed as refined because these players are getting way more coaching and way more opportunities. But, man, it was so good, especially in the 70s and 80s.
What a long ways to run. Red's going to keep it alive, swing for the fences and hope, and it worked out. Olander couldn't get to it. How about the hustle from Red there?
And no surprise here. Again, when you have players who pride themselves on defense, they are not going to give up on a ball just because it's an all-star game.
Grandma might have had game. That one close side, kept alive, upset. Hey, if there's one thing, if it's the first time you're watching this KCMC Sports, rule number 1 is have fun.
Rule number 2. I don't know. Is there rule number 2? Putting you on the spot.
Get through it, maybe? I don't know.
Sometimes it is.
No matter what happens.
The nature of the media business, the show must go on.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe that's rule number 2. The show must go on.
The show must go on. But I don't know, there's kind of a quote that I kind of like that Greg Popovich used to have, is the measure of who we are is how we react to something that does not go our way.
Exactly. How you handle things when things are not going your way is the measure of a person.
Well, your producer, director tonight, Grant Newhold, if it could go wrong, it did go wrong at the start. But he's got it, looks like he's got it all back up and running and all of the graphics and everything. So
Olander, a good swing from the outside that time.
5-4 here. Olander, that's the first one that from the outside I think that she swung at maybe today.
I think it's the first time they had her just stay there on the outside.
That the middle blocker from Little River. On the back set, going crossing it down for Langley out of Jefferson County North. Was also a 2A basketball honorable mention at the all-state level. As off the hand of Hutchinson out of Smith Center there.
Red can make some hay here with Keebaugh at the serve.
That's a good one to start it. Peak couldn't handle it well and missed long there. Swinging for the fences was Corcoran. But now Keebaugh back there to serve again. And a chance, as you said, that when she served well, that it's a lot of points in a hurry for the Red squad. And there's another one, the outside hitter, that will be coming back here in the fall on a volleyball scholarship.
Yeah, the coaching staff has to be just kind of really excited to get her on the team, see what she can do. There's an ace.
3 in a row, I believe. Was second in Class 4A in long jump, 1 4A triple jump 1 week ago at state track. And Grace Rowland from Andale was set to be on the team, not here today. And in long jump, one of the cool things that I found was Keebaugh got second, Rowland got third at 4A long jump. 1/4 of an inch separated the two of them, and they were going to be on the same squad today.
That's quite a deal. Again, lots of multi-sport athletes here. Basketball, state track and field. The athleticism that it's now required to play the game at top to bottom is just amazing. And like I said, going back, it isn't so much that there wasn't great athleticism, going back to Grandma's time, the 70s, nice, but the coaching, the training, the opportunities, the reps have all gotten so much better, and now you get the product you get like you have here today.
Bump set, looking back line, and got it to squeeze in there, did Corcoran.
Yeah. Corcoran able to handle the serve and get a swing down.
Headed to New Mexico State, as here off the bump set, able to readjust.
Yeah, with her teammate Maya Fox, both of them headed down to Las Cruces.
That one passed over, quickly into the middle. And Koster right on cue.
Koster really handles a quick ball a lot better. You go back to her early struggles. I think the setters have finally realized the quicker you get it to Koster, the better she's going to handle it.
Floated over, headed far side, big swing, and in the back corner, Duncan out of Smoky Valley. Headed to Fort Hays State.
Yeah, a couple of Tigers in this game. In fact, you got a couple of Tigers, a couple of Gorillas, Washburn. I think Emporia the only one not to have a player in this game.
I believe so. That one going to be, do we have our first lift call?
We're going to have a lift on Bittner.
Is that the first?
I think that's the first lift that we've had.
There's been a couple of them that it's like, you look at it and it's like, it's an all-star game, let them have it. That one was, below the shoulder, back over the top. Kept alive. Bittner runs in, will poke it over. Here comes the red squad going far side. It's tipped over. Into the middle. And now red with a chance to attack, going Brown. Bittner. Dug out of the back row nicely by Orth. From the back row, Keebaugh. Here comes Bittner again, has to wait on it, tips it over perfectly.
Clever.
Blue needed that.
They really did. I mean, this had a danger here. Red had won 6 of the last 8 points. Blue maybe just seemed a little off balance. They really needed that point, and they got it from Bittner.
11-7. This is about where we were last time when Red made a run and then Blue responded. Eck on the serve there. Stall bomber. The back set. The slide. Got it. Mia Fox.
First time she tried the slide, didn't get it down back in set 1. That time, Fox get it. And look, that was not the perfect pass. That was not the perfect set. But when Mia Fox is on the other end, you got an opportunity.
So when you got a Division I hitter swinging at it, that you don't have to be perfect. Blue tips another one over. Miscommunication. That one about sent Tom Slaughter to the ground, and then he raises his hands in celebration. That they had it set up, and if you'd have seen him on that one, he was turned around, jumping up and down, looking up behind him, turns around to see a free ball over that landed on the line. And welcome to the All Star Game.
There you go.
Orth the libero to serve, and an ace.
Now, Orth, we haven't talked about her a lot because liberos oftentimes don't get the credit they deserve, but doing a great job. She's the other D1 signee going to Missouri State, which it won't really affect their volleyball program, but I believe they're going up to football bowl subdivision in football at Missouri State. Or at least there is at least talk that with all of the changes, Missouri State has an excellent beach volleyball program. Maddie Schrant was in this game last year from Andale. She goes to their beach volleyball program. D1 from last year, we had Brooklyn DeLay out of Washburn Rule, ends up the SEC Player of the Year at Kentucky. Wow. And that was just great. Then you had a couple other D1 athletes. Mackenzie Fairchild ends up going to track at Texas A&M. Well, I'll start a fight here. She is, of course, the Fairchild who is the best athlete in the family. We'll just start
Bruce
that
said
fight.
it, not Camryn. Put it on the record. But I'm also not going to say she's not the best athlete, so don't come at me for that one either.
Well, when you got a brother who's likely to make an NFL roster, you can.
Yeah.
And another sister who I believe had a throw that qualified for the Olympics.
Wow. Oh, Blue kept it alive. Eck will free ball it over. Now how does Red use it into the middle?
Schuette's much more comfortable in the middle. That's her second kill. Both of them come from the middle.
The outside hitter from Beloit that looking, as you said, very comfortable right there.
Yep.
And
another great serve by Orth.
Red's lead is going to continue to grow, 16-7 here. And again, this is not the last set. If Red wins it, we will play 5 no matter what happens. The 5th set, though, will only be to 15. Has there been a player that stood out to you more than others, Bruce, so far? Or a couple of them?
Yeah, we'll get it here after this one. There are a couple who have really impressed.
Outside swung, blocked, but out of bounds that time for Koster.
I think, looking at this, and no real big surprise. Brewer out of Lawrence going to New Mexico. Very impressive. Of course, I knew Corcoran and Fox out of Circle, so the expectations are already pretty high there. Tindall, when she gets the ball, looks really good. Blue just hasn't been able to get her set enough to maybe look as impressive as her athleticism is. And then the last point has been Olander in the middle. I mean, out of Little River has been very impressive to me in the middle for the Blue squad.
Stall bomber set to serve it here. They'll go backside Bittner. Far side and into the net that time for Miley Brown out of Beloit. What was the score last time when the Blue squad went on that big run?
Oh, man, the score the last time 17-9 when Blue went on that run. They had Bittner at the serve there. Maybe that's the other thing that's impressive. You say, hey, these girls are going to different levels. The players that are going to D2 schools are more than holding their own, Bittner being one of them.
One kept alive will be tipped over by the libero Miller there. The set looking cross-deflected. There's Olander with a hand on it. Tindall on top of the net, back in, and in the net that time was Red. And Hutchinson will serve again for the blue squad.
You've got a little bit of the same front row there. You got Olathe in the middle and Tindall on the right the last time Blue made that run in set 3.
I say the only difference is they brought Hutchinson in to serve instead of Bittner this time.
And Audrey Peak off of the left side out of Lebo. A good swing for her to get the kill.
Hutchinson again. It's looking all too familiar for the red squad right now, looking to change it, and that
they
gets
did.
in. When that came off the hand, I didn't think it was going to get down, but it does.
Well, the last time they were there, they had so much trouble going off the left side against Tindall and Olathe. You might as well try something different when you have the opportunity.
Olathe middle, tipped, looking for the hole, covered well by Olathe.
Tried to.
Shooty was looking for the backslide.
Shooty was thinking the backslide, and yeah, just a miscommunication there.
That I think either one of them would have been open because the blue squad's defense was scrambled there as well. This time they will go far side. Langley free balled over. She'll tip it again. Olathe got a hand on it, kept alive. Coming to close side, down the line and in for Corcoran. No.
They say out, and they're not going to give the touch. You don't get the point there, but
Let's
again,
take a look here.
Yeah, Corcoran's someone that I've seen play a lot. I think they got the call right. I think they did. Corcoran's such an asset as a front row player. She will clean up so much trash off of tips and blocks.
Rylan Tedder, the one and only, is your replay technician here today. Into the middle. Oh, no, they came close side. That one even confused me. And Corcoran able to get it down. I thought we were getting ready to see a monster of a swing from Tindall in the middle. Sometimes you can tell when they take their steps to jump that she's not going to get it.
Yeah.
She stepped like I think even she thought maybe she was going to get it. That one into the middle. Fox again out of circle.
I don't think the run's going to be there for Blue in this one. Just Red's been able to do a few things better in this sequence to keep the distance.
Free balled up. Corcoran. Not this time. I was saying for the blue squad, Olathe, who would have went to the back row now, will go stand on the sideline. So it's starting to look kind of bleak here for the blue squad. They're going to have a big run and play almost perfect the rest of the way.
And with Keebaugh at the serve, it'll be tough to get out of this.
Long ways to run, swing hard. What a play that time by Audrey Peak out of Lebo.
But then at the back end through all of that, Corcoran for Blue staying with the play.
Here's the start of it.
This is great.
As we let it roll
but
here.
Look at Corcoran the whole time there on the left. She does not forget her job and her duty, and no one there for Red.
One sent back, tapped over, and Duncan there, accidental offense a little bit, jumped a little early, had to hang in the air, and sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
And sometimes it is, but again, that time shows the athleticism. You're a little off, you still get a good playable ball in.
Floated over short. Bittner had to run a long ways to get it. They'll go back set. Into the middle, Fox. Set, far side, Corcoran. Off the bump set, going Brown.
And good job by Brown swinging in the block, and the block maybe in the middle just a little bit late there, but that was one of those 50-50 balls. I mean, really not played too badly, just it ends up being a red point, and they're on a roll here in set 4.
2 points away. That one down the line, out of bounds for Bittner. And technically match point here for Red.
But they'll go ahead, they'll play the set 5, and the great thing about it here in an All-Star game, lets you let everybody get the full All-Star game experience.
That one will be sent over. I thought we were going to end it on an ace, which would have been fitting. Tipped over, kept alive. And a scramble ends up on a backslide that was dug nicely there by Peak. Corcoran. Middle. That time it was Koster. Far side. We're swinging hard here, and it's going to work for the red squad. Miley Brown will win the match for him, but again, we will play the 5th set.
Yeah, great finish there by Miley Brown. Just a great hard swing. Nice set all the way across the court and goes through the middle of the block.
Yeah, off the right hand there of Koster. And again, they will play the 5th set here, but again, one of the cool things, I mean, there's a lot of really good volleyball in the state of Kansas. You came up with this list, Bruce. This is all of the girls that played Division I during the 23 season.
And this is not necessarily exhaustive. What I want to point out is you got 2 at K-State. K-State, arguably, in the last 4 not getting into the tournament, beat 6 top 25 teams on the year, including Texas, and, always good when you beat Texas. Wichita State, 6 Kansans, controversially left out with a 26-8 record, finishing 2nd in the American. KU, they've been on a great run. 6 Kansas products for KU made the NCAA tournament. All these other teams you see made the NCAA tournament. 4 of them to Creighton, 1 to Nebraska Omaha. Brooklyn DeLay down there at Kentucky, SEC Freshman of the Year. Brooke Stonestreet up at Iowa State. Anna Dixon was a transfer. We mentioned the Lewisburg program, but transferred to Florida for her senior year. Aiden Bartlett, a Louisville Cardinal. Louisville is coached by a great coach who grew up in the small town of Adams, Nebraska. She scours the Midwest for small town kids. Courtney Jackson, Arkansas, searches this area. Wisconsin, a perennial top 25 program, picks up C.C. Crawford. That is not the first time that Wisconsin has come down into Kansas pick off. Of course, Skylar Pierce finishes with national runner-up Nebraska out of Olathe Northwest. The thing I want to point out here is look at the high schools they're from down there below. Yes, there is a lot of Kansas City products. That's where a lot of the population is, and they're not going to miss a kid out of the Kansas City area. But you got a few other interesting ones there as well. You got Morgan Stout at Nickerson, Sophia Rowling out of Neodesha. And there's another one here, Rion Swanson out of McPherson. They go down, they find her, and they're going to find you. And that's the great thing about Kansas volleyball is there is so much talent. D1 programs find you. The great D2 schools in the area come and pick things up. I didn't even try to go into D2, but I think there's a couple playing up at UNK. That doesn't leave a whole lot. We still got KCAC schools around here. We've got the JUCO programs, Cowley, national champion undefeated in JUCO Division II. Now only 2 Kansas products on that, and I'm kind of a big proponent of the JUCO programs, a big defender of them, and they say, well, man, it doesn't seem like those schools get a lot of Kansas kids. Look where the Kansas kids are going in this graphic here, and that's just D1.
Yeah, you get to those last 5 logos, and all of a sudden Florida, Louisville, Arkansas, Wisconsin, Nebraska. You show somebody that just watches ESPN big volleyball games, and
they're going to see those.
Yeah.
They're going to see those again and again and again. And, of course, Morgan DeBow and Skylar Pierce got to play before the biggest crowd ever at a volleyball game.
Yeah. Nice job on that list.
I come up with it, and again, I apologize because I know a couple that I already missed. Campbell Haig played at South Dakota State last year. She was in this game last year. We didn't even talk about beach volleyball, aside from mentioning Maddie Schrant, which is becoming an emerging sport. So, again, if I miss somebody and they're watching or a family member's watching, I sincerely do apologize, but I tried to at least get people the idea what was going on.
So, again, Red has won the match, but it's an all-star game. We are playing this 5th set strictly, basically for fun. That's all the all-star game really is anyway, but even more so now with Red having already won it. Wow.
Yeah, there's a reason Brewer is so impressive. She's played on both the left and the right, and there's going to be a lot of teams in the Mountain West that are going to look like the blue team is on defense against Brewer.
One deflected, but it will stay alive here. Free balled over, back line, but just missed it, did Bittner. in that last set, Bruce, in the fourth one, did anything really stand out to you in that one?
You know, the biggest thing I noticed, let me go back to my notes here.
Yeah, I put you on the spot.
No,
sorry.
that's all right. The biggest thing I noticed is, again, Blue just started to have a little trouble with the pass, and right there, again, just trouble, over passes, shanks. That's been the difference in this volleyball game. Red's been a little more solid on the passes, so a little bit more of the first. I have really been impressed, though, play in the middle on both squads. That's been tremendous in this game.
That serve into the top of the net there. That time Brewer just didn't catch it clean on the hand, it looked like. And Blue is on the board. So now Bittner will go to serve here. And it was the one serving on that big run to win the only set that Blue has done so far in this one.
Brewer, a good pass on that. Maybe the first time that Mia Fox has walked away from a swing with almost a disappointed look on her face. I mean, she felt she should have gotten a little better swing on that. That's the first time today that she's walked away disappointed.
That swing off the hand of Burke will turn into a free ball that was almost a point. Far side, key ball.
Great job tooling the block, going up there right against Tindall and Sampson, and gets him to ricochet it out of bounds.
Here you see going all the way out and off the hands and back out of bounds. Worth to serve. That one blocked down but kept alive. Bittner from the back row. Quickly into the middle. Mitchell again. She's back.
Yeah, definitely back. I mean, and that was just once again getting in sequence, going a little bit quick, and there just wasn't much. I believe that was Bittner in the back row on that, and there was just not much she could have done unless it would have been a perfect opportunity.
Worth to serve here. Bittner, back row swing. Went back set on it. That time was trying to get it to Burke. The jump set, Corcoran has to roll it. And nobody over there.
But there again, a couple things I want to mention. Number one, back to Nina Mitchell. You know, you asked me who would impress, and I didn't say Mitchell because she didn't play a lot during the set you're talking. She is impressive in the middle. And I'll be one to continue to sing the praises of Jacqueline Corcoran. Routinely gets balls in play where the other team has to scramble and puts pressure on them.
That one between the block that time of Corcoran and Olander. And Red leads it now 6-3. Burke on the jump serve here. Far side, Sampson. Back row attack, instead floated over. Olander quickly in the middle, tries to tip it to the open spot, covered well by Orth. From the back row, the swing by Burke, tipped over, key ball. Corcoran, long ways to run there by Stallbalmer, and that one gonna get down there as they just kept setting it to Burke.
They did, they just kept setting it to Burke. You give her enough swings and the ball's gonna find the floor.
Headed to Loyola Chicago from Mill Valley, the state champions this year.
Missouri Valley Conference team in Loyola Chicago now?
I believe they are.
Only one of the toughest things to keep track of, conference realignment.
Especially when you get out of the Power 5, there's so much movement.
Yeah.
Middle, swing there. Mitchell was deflected off of Cora Miller there. It just couldn't get out of the way of it.
Yeah, and Miller was just on an island there. And once again, there's Nina Mitchell, who continues to impress.
Send it up. Corcoran blocked it but kept alive. Now they'll go to the far side as Sampson on the swing. Key ball. It was kept alive for a moment there as all Jordyn Bird out of Maize could do was put her hands up and hope.
And it was a good hope.
Yeah,
it was what you're trained to do. I mean, this was the initial one. That was a good, quick reaction you're trained to do. Just goes a little wayward on her.
Olander, no, they come to the close side in Corcoran. Stallbalmer, back set. Just keep giving it to her. Let Burke just keep swinging. That time it works out for the blue squad. And again, we just played a 15 here in this final set.
I'll need you to look at, where is Olander heading to college at, since my screen went?
Olander out of Little River, Barton to play volleyball. So her and Alaina Eck, both from Little River, both going to Barton. Eck going to play basketball.
Trevor
Olander.
Wolfs is the AD there. He's out of Little River as well. So going to play on the hill.
Mitchell blocked, and Blue's got another. Olander going to major in physical therapy.
One of the another amazing technical programs at our community college system. I'll sing the praises of our community colleges in Kansas over and over, and they're giving great opportunities in the athletic areas as well.
The set that time off of her knees by Stallbomber. Did I look down? I was like, she on her knees? She is. Wow, that was impressive. Bittner will swing on one from the back row. Stallbomber to the back row. That time it was Hope Duncan that swung. Deflected, kept alive there by Duncan. Far side looking to go cross, deflected. And a kill going to go to Brewer out of Lawrence.
Third kill of this set for Brewer. One other thing I noticed, there was a play or two in that sequence where normally in a high school volleyball match you'd say, you're trying to make an attack and something happened that you don't need to. That shows you the athleticism on display. These are the players that you're okay with trying to make those plays. To maybe trying to do something that 90% of the players you would not want them to even try.
Bump set back row, swinging from the back row that time, and even Coach Slaughter loved it. Shooty. He loves it. Off the assist from the libero. And then that one into the net. And again, at the conclusion of this one, they will give out a handful of different scholarship awards. As Corcoran to serve here from circle. Tied on the net. Stallbomber brings it back. Mitchell.
Set the middle. Last opportunity to do that with Mitchell, but another really good decision there by Stallbomber.
Set, close side, Bittner, was it deflected?
Yeah, I think we got a touch. Yes,
Yep.
we do. Bittner with the kill off the set by Moreno, who's back in there. Moreno headed to Hutchinson, I believe, academic scholarship. Moreno also a really good softball player. McPherson ended up just shy, got upset in the regional round, didn't make it to state, got upset by Andale Garden Plain, who ended up making it to the state tournament. I mean, just... It is so hard. Baseball and softball, two sports where it's hard to go single elimination.
That one blocked but out of bounds.
Fourth kill by Brewer here in what will be a short set number 5. Like you said, they're only going to 15 on this one.
So final point here. We've already decided the match. Red is 1 point away from ending the KVA All Star Game 2024 and in the net. See, every time I set it up.
Exactly.
So now a couple of last substitutions here. Jordyn Bird out of Maize, the 97% server, the 5'7" setter that had almost 600 assists on the year. Missed it out on the return there.
Stay alive for a third point.
Bird had 21 aces on the year for Maize High School. One thing I didn't note, Romero from McPherson, the setter, had almost 900 assists this year alone.
And she had a lot to work with. Little up and down early for McPherson, but finished with a great start state tournament run for the Bullpups.
Stallbomber into the middle, and that'll do it. Caitlin Burke. Red wins 4 sets today, and they win the 2024 KVA All Star Game here in Washburn.
Well, folks, what more do you want for a show to put on here? And it's built, you still have every aspect of the game being shown. A lot of All-Star games sometimes aren't like that. This one is, and you get to see players going to multiple different levels of college, coming from multiple levels of Kansas system. Again, 1A to 6A, they're all represented. North, South, East, West, all represented. And what a great display by these young women. And I think, if nothing else, you should leave this with an understanding of just how great this sport is, how much character, skills, and really some, what arguably could be some lifelong connections built for these young women.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun here. And again, don't go anywhere just yet. We will hand off to the PA system as they're going to hand out some scholarship awards, and then we'll come back and close it out. So we'll hand it off to the PA here for the award ceremony.
Coach Wells was the first volleyball coach at Lawrence High School and led the program for 27 years. During her tenure, her teams won 15 state championships and 16 Sunflower League championships. She finished her coaching career at the conclusion of the 1997 season with a record of 866 wins and only 89 losses. Coach Wells had 29 former players go on to compete at the NCAA Division I level. Coach Wells was in the first inaugural class of the KVA Hall of Fame in 2012. Tonight's 2024 Joan Lundstrom Wells Award of Excellence is given to the red team's Talyn Stahlbomber of Topeka Seaman High School. The Flo Hyman Scholarship is awarded annually by the Kansas Volleyball Association at the All-Star Match. Hyman died in Japan on January 24th, 1986, of Marfan syndrome, a genetically abnormality that affects connective tissue. Flo Hyman led the American women to the Olympic silver medal. She had been with the team since 1974. She played at the University of Houston and transformed the college game. Hyman was large in life and at 6'5", a pioneer to the women's game who was totally dedicated to volleyball. The Flo Hyman Scholarship Award was established by the KVA in 1987. The qualifications for the award are financial need, future plans to play collegiate volleyball, sportsmanship, team leadership, and the desire to promote the sport of volleyball. The 2024 Flo Hyman Scholarship recipient is the red team's Mia Fox of Circle High School. Judy Bellamo portrays the image upon which the Kansas Volleyball Association bases their selection of the most inspirational player. Judy Bellamo, a 23-year-old U.S. national team member, died on January 24th, 1990, from a rare genetic reaction to anesthesia. After being named as a first-team All-American, Judy played for the Minnesota Monarchs of Major League Volleyball. Receiving Rookie of the Year award, when the league folded, Bellamo took her talents to the beach where she made an immediate impact. But her dream was to be part of an Olympic team, and she joined the U.S. national team. This award is presented to the All-Star who best demonstrates these qualities. The 2024 Most Inspirational Award recipient is the blue team's Tatum Tindall of Manhattan High School. Tonight, one of the All-Stars will be receiving the 11th annual Don Bouchard Volleyball Award. Don Bouchard was a longtime member of the Kansas Volleyball Association and an outstanding promoter of Kansas volleyball. In 2008, Coach Bouchard passed away after a long, hard-fought battle with cancer. Coach Bouchard loved the game of volleyball. He admired the athlete who displayed citizenship, positive leadership, sportsmanship, and a tireless work ethic. The KVA dedicates this award in memory of Coach Bouchard and the characteristics that he admired in an athlete. The 2024 recipient of the Don Bouchard Volleyball Award is the blue team's Alex Bittner of Cheney High School. Let's give all these athletes one more round of applause for a well-fought match. Thank you for your attendance tonight. Your support of these athletes and Kansas volleyball is greatly appreciated. This concludes our activities for tonight. Please have a safe trip home. Thank you.
Well, Bruce, it's been fun.
It has been an absolute blast watching these 24 young women really put on a great performance here today, this afternoon in Washburn. Something I want to bring up, we had talked about it. They do a Hall of Fame induction every year. They not only recognize coaches for hitting the wins, they recognize programs, all-star, all-state teams, et cetera. So there's a lot that KVA does. One of the big things they do is a Hall of Fame. This year's honorees, Randy Fulton, Kiowa County, and Shelly Nybarger of Circle.
Who's still coaching.
Who is still coaching. And I will speak, again, I don't know Coach Fulton well. I do know Coach Nybarger just a little bit. And, again, have called for teams that have been playing against her. And I think she got from opposing coaches the greatest compliment a coach can get, which is opposing coaches, and I'm going to paraphrase this here because it was always said in different ways, but I both love and hate facing off against a Hall of Fame coach like Coach Nybarger, and it's for the same reason. Their teams are prepared. And I don't know of a greater compliment that you can give a high school coach. Yes, preparation is key at all aspects and all levels of any sport, but man, if teams look at you across the net, across the court, across the diamond, across the dugout and say, that coach knows how to get his teams or her teams prepared, I don't know of a bigger compliment that you can give and more deserving of a Hall of Fame coach. So congratulations to both Randy Fulton and Shelly Nybarger. Another great show. I really appreciate being able to do this. And the second time I've been able to do something with Kiowa County Media Center. The other one, this one went much smoother. And that's not it. It was a deal where we were thrown together and had to pull something off. But great production here, and the things that you guys do. Again, you do the Spa League, you do some game weeks, you do rodeos, so much. Truly one of the best production companies on the video end that I've been around. Great job to you guys, and shout out to this entire crew up and down. I don't think people realize, so I'm going to say this here, and I'm going to stay on the air and say it. People don't realize the behind-the-scene work here that Kiowa County Media Center needs to do. This is, 8 people you guys have here to bring this production?
Yeah, we rolled into town with 2 vehicles, and I think we brought 4. We brought 5 people, and then have added 3 others here as well.
When you see a production of this level, as they kind of show these guys going around, understand that this doesn't just happen because someone decided they wanted to stream.
Yeah.
Okay, it's great to do it. I'm glad we have that technology now. But if you want production of this level and you're thinking about it for your event, you guys do many things. What's your website address?
KCMCsports.com.
You know, check them out. There's so many great things that they do, and it is such a difference. This is the type of production that the sport of volleyball truly, truly deserves, and I appreciate you guys having me along for the ride.
Yeah, no, thank you for being along for the ride with us, for the entire crew here on the KCMC Sports team. Grant Newhold is your producer. Rylan Tedder, the one and only, was your replay technician. Allie Brinsing's down the way. She was your graphics operator here today as well. Bruce, any final thoughts, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Great event, and hopefully we'll see you around.
I say we look forward to it. Hopefully we do this again next year, but for everybody that watched along from home with us, thank you all so much for being along for the ride with us. For Bruce Beathy, I am Camryn Burney, and remember folks, it's not goodbye, it's we'll see you later. And for the final time from Washburn, good night.